Welcome to Morningstar. Today we talk with Morningstar-analyst Michael Field about the testing, inspection and certification industry. This is an industry that is not particularly well known among the investor industry. Michael, why is that, and can you tell us why investors should pay attention to this industry?
Of course. Relative to other sectors and even within the industrial segment, the testing, inspection, certification or TIC sector is actually pretty unknown. That's down to its actual market makeup. So if you look at the top 15 firms globally, only 6 of those are actually listed. And traditionally, many of the players in this sector were quasi-government or not-for-profit players. What that means generally for investors is that there's actually less publicly available information and less insights that you can use relative to other sectors.
Now this sector is heavily regulated and views of investors about regulated industries differ. What is the impact of regulation on this particular industry?
And that's a good point. I think this industry actually benefits on both sides from regulation. The accreditation process which you need to actually operate in this sector is quite rigid, and generally it deters new entrants to a large degree, which benefits the incumbents in the industry. On the flip side of that then, because the industry works very much in the background, it doesn't come under the same level of scrutiny as other sectors do. For example, the utility industry on margins and returns when it comes to government, so they benefit there.
You mentioned new entrants to this industry. That is something that could be quite difficult. Can you tell us about coming into this industry as a new player?
Certainly. So there are a number of barriers to entry effectively to this industry. One is the accreditation process, which we touched on just a minute ago. And this can be a kind of a catch-22 for many new entrants. Accreditation bodies often require that you have previous experience in the industry before they actually accredit you to work in that industry, which means that you need the accreditation to work in the industry, but you need to have experience working in the industry to get the accreditation, so things can be difficult.
And looking towards the future, what are the driving factors going forward for this industry?
There are a huge number of drivers structurally for the industry, but just to kind of name a few for you. International trade is a big one. So as international trade grows, volumes should grow within the business. Secondly, then you've got increased regulation, which we've seen a lot of over the last number of years. As that increases, there's an incentive for people who do things internally to actually outsource them instead and go where the expertise are. And then finally is an increase in the complexity of products and services available. So for example, wearable tech, technologically infused watches, for instance, these require another level of complexity when it comes to testing them, and as a result, they're higher margin.
You have written a report on this industry, and there you mentioned one stock that is your preference, the best idea, and that is Bureau Veritas. Can you explain your preference on that stock and why it is a best idea compared to the other big players in the sector, like the firms SGS and Intertek?
Of course. So the top pick, Bureau Veritas, is such purely on a valuation basis. So it's the only one of the 3 companies that we cover that currently trades on a discount to its fair value estimate, and hence why it's our top pick. What I would say is that we view all 3 stocks within the sector as being high quality. All 3 have been awarded the Morningstar Now Remote rating, which means we believe they will earn excess returns above their cost of capital into the long term.
Okay, Michael, thank you very much.
Thank you.